Hello, I'm Janine Kakmar with PHTV Channel 4 Palos Heights, and we're back with our show, Healthcare Experts in Your Corner. On this show, we talk about the different healthcare resources in your community, and today we have with us Judith Haslund from the Cancer Support Center. Judith, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Great. Judith is the co-founder of the Cancer Support Center. And I think there's quite a story behind that. You want to tell us a little bit about your background, Judith, and how you got to found this incredible nonprofit organization that helps people dealing with cancer and their caretakers and all that.
I'm happy to tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
It was 27 years ago this month that we first sat down to see how we could do this. And the reason we did that, I was an oncology nurse, and one of my patients, Joan Hopkins, was going up to Hinsdale to their program. And Joan had inflammatory breast cancer, and that's not the kind we normally think of with breast cancer. And she was going through chemo and radiation.
Okay.
Joan was an editor for Irwin Publishing in Homewood, and she was married with 2 daughters. And she was going up to Hinsdale and said it was too far and would we help her. So another co-founder was Judy Swanserick-Williams, who also was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was in her home that we first met 27 years ago. Now the Cancer Support Center is celebrating 25 years because we incorporated as a not-for-profit in '93 and started services in '94.
Okay.
But Joan Hopkins used her last energies on earth getting us started.
Oh, wow.
She knew she wasn't going to be here, and she wanted to leave it for other people. So Joni died in January of '93.
Okay.
And by that time, we knew what we were going to do. We knew that all our counselors were going to be paid professionals, that they needed to have salaries, which meant we had to fundraise before we could ever start our programs.
Wow.
And our first office space, someone donated in Homewood, and we couldn't have services there because it was just 2 rooms. And so, but it was enough to get us started. The physicians that I worked for, Dr. Desser, Dr. Robin, Dr. Kozlov, were very supportive of what we were doing. Dr. Desser's patients, 2 of them had already founded Why Me, which was a breast cancer support group that became international. And so he was very helpful to us. Everything we wrote, he reviewed, and every piece of mail we needed to send came off their postage meter.
Wow.
Every copy we needed to make of something came off their copy machine.
Wow.
They gave me a day off with pay to visit other centers. I mean, they were that supportive because they knew what they were doing wasn't enough.
That's my question was to you. You're an oncology nurse. I mean, you work in a hospital. What?
No, in the doctor's office.
In the doctor's office, excuse me. So what? Why create something extra, or what was needed? Like, what did you see? What was needed?
I knew it was needed because one of our other founders, my next door neighbor, Jennifer Fallick, her husband had died of metastatic melanoma when he was 37, leaving 2 girls, 6 and 9. There was nothing. He was a patient at University of Chicago, and I worked at University of Chicago for 3 years, and 4 years I worked there. But there was nothing for his daughters. They were 6 and 9. There was nothing for his wife. There was nothing for anything.
To help them to deal with the illness and the death?
Yes. So we knew how much it was needed. There was no question about what was needed. And I was 40 when I graduated as a nurse, and I went into nursing to do oncology because my uncle had died of Hodgkin's and my grandmother had died of leukemia. And so that was what was on my heart to do. And when you're that age, you know pretty much
what you want
to do.
Yeah, great. So, all right, so as a co-founder, what is your role with the Cancer Support Center?
Well,
what are the things you do?
I'm there as a greeter. I work the events and help in that way. I went off the board because my neighbor Jennifer Fallick, who was one of our other co-founders, died of pancreatic cancer herself in '04. And at that time, then I went off the board. I missed her so much, and it just was time to let other people take that role.
Okay.
So I'm not there. They consider me an advisor.
Okay.
And I'm happy to be in that role. But I'm there, I do craniosacral therapy. After I retired from nursing, I had trained to be a massage therapist, and I did that for 10 years.
Okay.
And one of the things I learned was craniosacral therapy.
What is that? Can you explain that to our viewers, what that is?
Yes, craniosacral therapy is a hands-on energy medicine done fully clothed. Other energy medicines are Reiki, reflexology, therapeutic touch, healing touch, those kinds of things. And craniosacral therapy is profoundly relaxing. When I'm doing craniosacral therapy, I'm sending energy to certain places on somebody's body for their body to take it and use it how it needs it. And studies have shown that relaxation helps healing. And so it's a therapeutic thing. And I do it as a volunteer.
Mm-hmm. So where would one go to get this type of therapy?
To Homewood office, which is in Homewood, Illinois, or Mokina.
Okay.
I'm in Homewood on Mondays afternoons, and I'm in Mokina on Tuesday afternoons.
Okay, and we have the contact information on the screen. You'll be able to see where the phone numbers are if you wanted any questions about that. And this is for people who are dealing with cancer or for their caretakers,
Or
correct?
caregivers.
And caregivers?
Or even friends. Because
Okay.
when a friend has cancer, most people feel there's nothing they can do. They want to help, and there's nothing they can do. And so it's a very stressful thing for someone whose friend is
Absolutely,
going
very
through
helpless feeling too, I imagine.
Well, they are helpless.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one of the things we've talked about. We've had other people from your organization on the show. I'm amazed at the depth of services that you offer, and at no cost. I mean, these are all free. This is really an incredible resource.
We have to fundraise every penny, so...
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, these things aren't free, right?
No.
But I mean, free for you to put on, but free to those who need them.
It's free to those that need it.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, we had Chris Rosandich on earlier, a nutrition educator. We had Kathleen Daly. She was doing what do you call it, a guided imagery. But I know you have licensed therapists for support.
Absolutely.
The support groups, I imagine, would be great. And just the resource of material, like you have a library there where people can gather information on specifics that they're curious about. Am I missing any of the services?
No, and yoga, which is people love it. And yoga's offered on Monday afternoon in Homewood and Wednesday morning in Homewood. And it's offered, I think, Tuesday morning in Mokina.
Okay.
But anybody can call and check to see what's offered when.
I mean, I was just imagining, like, did you ever imagine that 25 years later you'd have the organization doing what it's doing when you started it that long ago?
No, it's just amazing that it's still doing what it was intended to do. But it is, and that's thanks to all the people that have come and made it possible. Our staff is amazing, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, you guys, a lot of dedicated people, a lot of educated people, and So I want to thank you for being with us today. Thank you for watching. For those of you who want more information on the Cancer Support Center, you can check out the information on the screen. And thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.